Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of our body tuning video. If you haven't seen part 1 where we tune the front side of the body, check that video out as well. Otherwise, you can start here. Join me for part 2 where we will tune the back side of the body. It's always nice to communicate with the recipient what will happen in our session. So today, John, I'm going to first play the C and G tuning forks, bringing them to your ears to quiet the monkey mind, get you in a state of receptivity. You'll hear me play these acoustic tuning forks. You might even feel them over your body energetically. And then I will proceed to use a C-128 osteopathic tuner to tune various parts of his body. And stay tuned and follow along till the end where we will tune my absolutely favorite spot. Let's begin. Start at the head of the table. As the practitioner, take a moment to get centered. Take a deep breath in and out. Set your intention to hold a loving and safe space. And invite your recipient to set their own personal intention now. Activate your tuning forks. And you want to start away from the ears as you bring them in, ending with each fork close to the ears, about an inch away. And if you're new to tuning with the C and G forks, tune into our video on how to use tuning forks before you continue. And although you might not hear the forks anymore, they're still ringing. Let them ring out. Inviting the recipient to take a few clearing breaths here. In and out. And then you'll take your 2 tuning forks and you'll switch hands, placing the C in the other hand, G in the other hand, activating once again, starting from out wide, bringing the forks in slowly, and holding them steady by the ears. Remember to take those deep breaths in and out at the beginning of the session to really help you drop in. A few more seconds here. If you're practicing, you might even check in with your recipient, asking them if they can still hear the forks. And then just a few times, corner to corner, you'll lightly chime the forks and sweep them over the body from head to toe. This part of the session really helps to set the tone and allow the receiver to drop in. It may sometimes take the mind 10 minutes to even calm down, but with these forks, we cut right through that chatter and invite that mind to calm down. One more chime and sweep. And notice I have the feet placed towards a window. If you're able to do that, directing the energy out. From here, we'll grab our weighted tuning fork with the crystal tip. If you'd like to know where to get these are the best. Reach out to us, we'll let you know. And I like to start at the heart, the energetic heart. So I'll activate my fork. I'll touch first along the spine where I'd like to tune, and right at the back of the heart, I'll tune on the spine directly. And I leave the other hand on the body, holding a loving intention of relaxation, of healing. Starting at the energetic heart center, really letting the fork ring out. If you're not sure, just wait a couple extra seconds. You want that feeling of completion. And then I'll come over, I'll start at the crown of the head now. Again, it's always nice to just touch first where you will tune. It gives you the landmark to know where to go. It lets the receiver know where they can expect to feel the vibration. And my other hand is just ever so lightly on the head or intuitively where it feels good. And I'm just holding this with a gentle pressure, not too hard, not too light. And if you're practicing, check in. How does that feel? And then I'll tune at the back of the skull, making sure I get a good activation on my fork. Finishing here at the head, I'll tune the base of the occiput, the base of the skull, where the head becomes the neck, and I'll even switch hands. So now I can place a hand at the crown. Gentle, light, loving touch. Let the fork ring out. It's okay if there's space between locations of tunings. Let there be integration. We'll come down now to C7, that vertebra that kind of sticks out the most at the neck. And if you're not sure, just feel around a little bit at the neck and finding that most protruding vertebra. And then you can tune right there, gentle pressure, not much is needed since the pressure of gravity is assisting here. I'll do one more spot at the upper spine here. Just finding a spot right on the spine as this tuning fork vibrates through bone. So when we're on the bone, we'll feel the most vibration. Don't forget to breathe. And I'll come around now to the top of the shoulder bone here. So I'll activate the fork. Again, feel with your hands, palpate. Each body is different. Anywhere along the top of the shoulder there, find a part of the bone to place the fork on. It doesn't have to be too precise. Other hand is gently resting, communicating, I'm here, you're held. Coming over to the other shoulder now. And notice when I'm activating the tuning fork, I'm activating it away from the recipient's head. We'll start going down the body. So now I'll go back onto the back, just touching along the vertebrae and just finding a spot on the back to tune. Maybe you know intuitively where to go, where your recipient has communicated, areas of tenderness. Just holding that loving intention, and you can't go wrong. Sliding my hand down to my next spot I'll tune. I feel it with my finger. I'll activate the fork, and I'll come down a little to the lumbar spine, getting a little lower. We'll do 2 more tunings on the back. So you decide a little bit more down towards the low back, and then we'll end near the sacrum, where that spine turns into that wide triangular shaped bone. Last spot here on the back, maybe switching hands so that the other hand is a little bit more on the upper spine. Holding the fork and your intention steady. From here, I'll move towards the hands, and I'm going to first just tune at the wrist here. And then I'm going to tune in the center of the palm. It's a little bit more like soft tissue at the center of the palm, so you can press a little bit more with the pressure. Breathing deeply, holding your loving intention. Can be nice to keep a hand on the body as you come around to second hand, starting first with that wrist. I'll place my other hand at the center of the palm, gently giving a little pressure of where the fork will go next. And now we'll activate the fork, tuning the palm of the second hand, center of the palm, gentle pressure, a little bit more than the other places. Last few spots, almost to my favorite. We're going to tune the back of the knees. So you'll activate your fork. You'll feel around. You might not be able to tell with the person's clothing where the back of that knee is, so feel it out. Find the back of the knee, sending that loving energy. Again, really holding gently with the other hand, keeping contact with the body. Coming to the last spot for today's session, my favorite spot, bubbling wells, the kidney 1 meridian. So if you look at the soles of the feet, right at the center, the ball of the foot, just a little bit below the ball of the foot. And so you'll activate your fork. You might cradle the foot slightly, press that fork right into that kidney 1 meridian, bubbling wells. And for some of us, if you have 2 tuning forks, do you want to see a double tuning video soon? You'll activate both your forks, do a double tuning there on the soles of the feet. This kidney point helps to replenish, revitalize our energy. The kidneys like the battery pack of our energetic system. And I'm pressing a little bit more here than usual because this is soft tissue, so the vibration won't be felt as strongly as directly on bone. Making sure to let those forks ring out. And lastly, perhaps ending with a little treat, a koshi chime, very gently played from crown, down the back, down the legs, soles of the feet. And letting your recipient, receiver rest as long as feels good, perhaps even just over the body, doing an energetic sweep, maybe even a gentle and then of yourself as well, just letting all that energy go from the session. Closing with gratitude and a deep breath. Thank you for joining us. Let us know what you want to see more of. Follow along again with different people, get their feedback, or if you want to take a deep dive, join us for one of our sound healing trainings.